all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. I'm going to start pushing back the show even more, a little bit more, to start maybe around 6:15. I'm a little late today, but the fast, y'all may not notice, but salat time, prayer times for Muslims moves. The times are not static. They move with the sun. Prayer times will move with the sun. So as the evening is later and later, breaking fast is later and later. So it's not a stagnant time. It's not like every Muslim break their fast at 4 or nothing like that. So I wanted to have this conversation, and I wasn't going to do it. And I'm going to tell you why I wasn't going to have this conversation further than the video that I did earlier, is because some people got it, alhamdulillah, but I see that we as a group of people are very stuck in negative dynamics. And you can almost tell who stay on the internet too long and who don't, and who lives actual life and know how stuff be going in life for real. You can kind of tell, because the things that I was saying in that video were very nuanced. And too many of us like the talking points too much and sticking to it's either this or it's that, and there are no nuances to anything. And what I'm talking about specifically today is using sex as a weapon in a marriage. And I'm going to give you 2 examples of using sex and intimacy as a weapon, because the first thing that happened is that too many people only can see it their way. I'm just going to be frank and very blunt. When it comes to certain subjects, particularly things surrounding sex and things of that nature, there are a lot of men who can't see it the way women see it, and there are a lot of women who can't see it the way men see it. We will say that men and women are different and then scoff at those differences. It's okay for men and women to be different until we're different. Nobody wants the other gender to be different. Women will walk around trying to figure out why the men think a certain way, why they operate a certain way. And that's because men are different. And then the men do the same thing because the women don't move or think or feel how men think and move. And it's what's wrong with women? Why come they don't do the same thing? They need to do the same thing. So for those of you who don't know what I'm speaking about, thank you for kicking off the contributions, AMSM, with your super sticker. I appreciate you. I'm gonna give you a refresher on the video that I'm using as a springboard to have this conversation, because this is a conversation that needs to be had, and it needs to be had outside of the realm of these ninjas and these hoes. It needs to be had outside of that. Because there are several things wrong, or several issues that I found. Not necessarily things wrong, but several issues. For one, there are a lot of men that think that the equal opposite of their sexual nature or their desire for sex from women, they think the equal opposite of that is his money and provision towards her. It's not. It's not. That's for hoes. Because there has not been one time that a light bill has been paid and I don't know, no chick coochie get wet when they bills get paid except for hoes. So talking about men show they love by paying the bill, I don't want to hear that. Because no, it don't. When we're talking about marriages, it takes more than these talking points. It takes more than a lot of people running around that ain't never been married or have been the problem in all their relationships. And I'm talking about the men and the women, jaded and don't know a good woman or man when they see one. I don't need to be reminded of that. Everybody got a different opinion. That don't mean to be correct. Because there are people who have thoughtful opinions. And then there are opinions that's coming from jadedness and I don't know how to have a relationship. So I'm going to play a video because I want to play this video again. And because in the second half, I'm going to play a sort of contrasting video where sex is a weapon. It's just not a sexless, quote unquote, marriage. I'm going to show you. But when you say that, Miss Almond Eyes, it's something wrong with you. I was a functioning adult. And I tell you another thing. When I first got married to my first husband, I didn't know how to pay bills because I didn't have that opportunity. I kind of came right from my mama's house to my husband's house. And that was kind of like fresh out of like, I only did 1 year of college. So I was like 19, 20. You understand? I was real young. I didn't have an opportunity to move on my own, get my own apartment. So I kind of went literally from my house, however dysfunctional it was, to my husband's house. But guess what? Guess what I learned how to do? Get a job. Guess what I learned how to do? Pay a bill. Figured it out. A functional adult. You figure that right on out. It's not that hard. The only thing make it complicated is when you ain't got enough money to cover your bills. That's when it get complicated. Other than that, it ain't that hard to go to work and pay your bills. Just stay on top of it. You be all right. But
you do if you feel like your spouse is weaponizing the Bible to have sex if you deny it.
For a person to use the Bible for a coercive reason screams loud about the spirit that's operating in them. Because Jesus Christ never had to coerce anybody. And I think what we fail to realize, especially in marriage, because it happens a lot, people take away the humanity that's in a person. You are a woman. I'm sure you're not just denying it for no reason. You may be going through all kinds of things. It may be your hormones. It may be your emotions. You may not feel secure. You may not feel stable. You may not feel safe for any of those reasons. And we're talking about your husband. He should be able to understand that. The most you can do is tell you that I don't want it. If he battles with whatever he battles with, you can't allow him to use the scripture against you, because the God that I serve, the God that I know, would fully understand the reason why I'm saying no. And if you serve the same God that I serve, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, if we serve that same God, then you know how God is. God is patient. God is understanding. He is kind. He is compassionate. For you to be coercive, you are not displaying what we're supposed to as humans, as the direct image of God.
Yes, my husband is here.
Come on, honey. Get up to the microphone real quick.
So we don't spend a lot of time together. So the time that we do have together, I like to utilize it. When we get time, hear me out. Hear me out.
Like that word.
When we in bed together, we don't get to see each other throughout the week. I want to have sex with you. You're my wife. I'm going to pursue you. When you deny me, I feel like I don't want to give you my all no more. It's a man. It's just us. We're programmed to do that.
As men, and this can be something we need to work on. But a lot of times the way we receive affection and validation, a lot of times the most vulnerable you will see a man is during sex. This is where he gets to connect with you. And when that is not given, a man feels a sense of rejection. It can almost be like to what you were saying. What in the relationship isn't you doing or aren't you doing to make her want to have sex with you? We know that we are results based. And sometimes when you're not getting that from your spouse, you feel like you're not doing a good job as a man. And so I think when we marginalize it just to the activity of sex and not what it means to a lot of men, especially black men. And then another thing he said, we're gone a lot. And so I'm not getting that touch. And then when I get to you, I get it. You're tired. Now let that breathe. But it's like the things you are doing, you're not able to give me your best self. And if the shoe was on the other foot, if a man was too tired to provide, or too tired to shepherd, or too tired to be a great father, then it would be an issue. And you would be like, he's picking that job over me.
Now, I just wanted to refresh our memories on the video that I'm using as a springboard. So I'm not necessarily here to harp specifically on their situation because I did a video on that already. However, it did require a deeper conversation even than what I did in the video. Because sex between a spouse, sex between husband and wife, sex between husband and wife, it's there to fulfill each person. But the woman and the man, the wife and the husband, are getting two different things out of it. We are not getting the same thing. I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all that women and men don't get the same thing out of the sex. A lot of times women don't even get the orgasm out of it. Let that sink in. More than 80% of women cannot have an orgasm from penetrative sex alone. I want y'all to understand that. The vast majority of women do not get a consistent orgasm from penetrative sex alone. Men, for sex, men are going to finish almost 100%, close to 100% of the time, he's gonna have an orgasm. No. That's just how female anatomy works. We don't get the same thing out of sex that men get. This is why foreplay works so well. Okay? So every woman, that's just how the vagina is. I don't really expect men to get that because y'all perspective of sex, I don't even think that y'all can really fathom repeatedly having sex that doesn't end in an orgasm. I don't even know that y'all can actually imagine that. I don't know that y'all can imagine that. Most of the time, men are going to have an orgasm from sex. Most of the time. Just from the penetration. You ain't got to stimulate nothing else for him. Physically. I'm speaking strictly physically right now. You don't got to do too much to him. If it's got any kind of grip or anything like that, he's going to go until he finish. Now, it might not be always the best sex he ever had, but finish. Okay? Because it's not always the best sex. It's not always good sex. It's not even always good sex for men, depending on who they with and whatever. But if we're talking about a man and his wife, I'm assuming that he likes her sex generally. For women, we don't necessarily finish. We don't necessarily finish. Not all the time. Sometimes, yeah. Some rates are higher than others. But that usually go along with, and this is leading me into the other part that women need to fulfill the intimacy sexual part of us. Is men and women are always gonna work from the opposite ends to get to the same thing. So in order for men to get a psychological and an emotional connection, his physicality come first. He can't get that. He can't get to that intimate connection with his wife without sex. He can't get there. He cannot feel close. He can't feel bonded. He can't feel that. He has to come through his physical touch, the physical sex, the physical act. He has to do that first, which then allows him to feel that connected feeling, that satisfied feeling, that I'm intimate. I've been intimate with my wife. It's the difference between him jerking off or being with some skis that he don't care about and being with his wife. That is the same act, different psychological and emotional outcome. I'm talking about men. Same act. Some chick at the strip club, he don't care nothing about that chick. He's strictly getting the nut. He's not even trying to emotionally connect with her. Versus a man with his wife is attempting to emotionally connect with her. He can't get there without the physical act first. It's the same thing that I described to y'all when I say men have to work through their logic and reason before they get to their emotions. So they always, whatever is primary in their masculine nature, they have to confront that first, and then the emotional stuff on the back end that they deal with. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So you typically has to do a physical thing in order to get to the emotional thing. So for instance, like the man in this video is trying to emotionally connect with his wife. The way in which he wants to do that, or the way, not even want, the way that he must do that is he has to have sex with her. And then that he can then feel that emotional, my wife, I love her. This is great. We're in a good space in our marriage. This is awesome. I really love her. That's how he gets to that point. He can't get to that point without sex. Am I lying? He really can't get to that point without it. Women are the inverse of that. Women are the inverse of that. It's difficult for us to get to the physical part without the emotional part first. Difficult to get there. What's the emotional part? We like non-sexual attention and validation. We like validation and attention. If we're talking about a married couple that's loyal, I'm not talking about no cheating, adultery, infidelities, none of that, stepping out on your marriage, none of that. Two people who are loyal to one another, they're not going outside of their marriage to get any of these needs filled. As a woman, you got to connect in here. If there's no connection in here, difficult to connect here. Difficult, hard to do it. It's interesting to get there because I don't feel nothing. These things, sexless marriages, are typically the result of complacency within it. Sexless marriages are not really the results of infidelity. Infidelity can happen as a result of the sexlessness, not the other way around. The sexlessness, more often than not, comes from a sense of complacency between the husband and the wife. They're comfortable. And they think that the thing that they're supposed to get from their spouse happens automatically without the continued effort. Husbands and wives stop making effort on each other. They get wrapped up in the mundane life, in the tasks of life, wrapped up in going to work. She wrapped up in going to work. She wrapped up with the kids. She wrapped up with the house. He wrapped up with the money. He wrapped up with the traveling. He wrapped up with whatever it is that we wrapped up with, has a tendency to take our focus and our energy away from The deliberate connection. The connection has to be deliberate, not haphazard. It's just supposed to happen. Nothing just happens. The food that you need her to make for you don't just appear. She got to go in there. She got to make sure that the ingredients is in there. She got to cook it. She got to season it. She got to taste it before she give it to you. She got to make sure it's cooked right. She got your food that's on your plate. Don't just walk to your plate. Everything that happens in the marriage has to be intentionally happening. Nobody can just expect the intimacy and the connection to just happen. Nobody can expect that. That's crazy. They're giving me pushback about a woman's body ain't spent now day as a woman. Ain't got no coochie. Don't know what it feel like to be penetrated at all. No concept of that. Thank you, AMSM. No concept. Just like I don't have male parts. So when men say stuff about they male parts that only men can know, what I'm talking about, what I'm saying, why would I give men pushback about they man parts? I don't know how I feel to have now. All I know is that men have high sexual energy, typically because they have higher testosterone in them, but I don't know how that feels. I know it happens, but I don't know how it feels. I've never been a man. I don't know. Nobody in a marriage can expect anything to simply take place without intentional effort being made to maintain something. Marriages have to be maintained like anything else. You maintain your car. You don't just get a car and think that the only thing you're supposed to do is get in it and drive it. And no matter if you don't never put no gas in it, never change no oil, never, it's just supposed to take you everywhere. And when it don't, you get to get mad at the car. Did you maintain it? Did you maintain it? Did you ever put gas in it? You trying to figure out why you stuck at the side of the road because you ain't got no gas in it. When the last time you put some gas in it? I was supposed to put gas in it. Yes. Well, it's a car. It's just supposed to take me somewhere. Really? Everything needs maintenance. Your body needs maintenance from the inside where your organs and health to the outside, your hygiene and cleanliness. Everything needs maintaining. You maintain your work by going over there to do it. You maintain your house by fixing it when it's broke. Everything needs a maintenance. So why would our marriages not be able to be maintained? Why would our marriages and relationships that we willingly entered into, mind you, nobody put a gun in nobody's head. You did it on your own. So because you did that, you get into a relationship and it must be maintained. This is true, but it must be maintained. Yeah, she's supposed to give you sex. You're supposed to give her attention. Somehow we're missing that both of us are supposed to be giving each other something. You're supposed to give me something. I give you something, you give me something. This is an exchange. And I'm speaking as a person whose first marriage lasted 20 years, and I was sexless for about 15 of them. So I know of that which I speak from experience. He got sick. Essentially, he was medically castrated. He had no desire at all. None. None. When I say none, I mean none. Not a little bit, none. None. Until he died. And I'm not saying this for no sympathy. I'm saying this so that you can understand that I'm not talking out of the side of my neck today. And no, I didn't go get the need met nowhere else. I worked perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with me. Something was wrong with him. So I understand that intimacy is more than sex. Because I don't know a man in this world, unless he's an old man, in which my late husband was not. He got diagnosed, I think he was like 31. Unless that man is old and his thing don't work no way, I don't know a single man that would be with a woman and he young and she gets sick and can't get him none. He's not going for that. I don't care if it ain't her fault. Mind you, I was 24 when he got diagnosed. 24. So we wasn't no old people that just sex wasn't on the menu, no how. So it didn't matter. We were young. We were young. We was young. So I understand that intimacy gotta be more than just the act of sex. It's just the act of sex. It can't. It's gotta be more than that. It's like two people starving and one get food and don't care if the other one eat. Nobody can do that. A wife can't take her husband's non-sexual energy, his attention, his feeling attracted to her, talking to her, seeing her, noticing her, all of this kind of stuff. She can't extract that from him and then don't reciprocate the physical sex that he needs in order to sustain his part of it. It's supposed to work together, not a tug of war. And because it's a tug of war, that's what makes the marriage sexless. That's what makes marriages fail. Because we get caught up. Well, you didn't give me what was mine. And so I'm not going to give you what's yours. People who are in actual marriages understand that. The sexual aspect and the intimate aspect of a marriage helps to protect it from outside evil influences that would derail it and destroy it. On a smaller level, I'll say this and then I'll go to a commercial break. On a little bit of a lesser level, men go through the same thing. A man that's super stressed out to the point where his health might be suffering, usually his sexual like his desire go down. There are a lot of men who, once they get stressed out, like a consistent stress, not just one or two things that was a little bit a stressor for him, he had a bad day and sex will help him unwind. Not that. I mean, men who go through extensive stress or depression or things of that nature, sometimes he don't perform as well. It would help if at some point those stressors can be relieved away from him. Happens on a lesser level for men than it do for women. Because we operate on our emotional states. Men less so. That's why it affects us more than it affects them. Because a man that don't feel loved in his house is also not fulfilled, even by the physical sex. He'll start not wanting that from her. Tell me I'm lying. If his woman is quarrelsome, she's just a bad wife. She argue with him all the time. She stress him out all the time. Unnecessarily so. Unreasonably so. She always got something crazy going on. Always got a stress point. He argued till the veins pop out in his head. A headache every morning. He can't sleep. The sex, because she'll do that and have sex with him. He don't want that either. That start wearing real thin. Because it's like, okay, you give me the physical part, but then you ruin it. You ruin the emotional part. The emotional part's gone. That's gone. Because I don't feel loved by her. I don't feel warmth. When I walk in the house with this woman, yeah, she gonna toot it up almost every time I come over there. But now I'm not coming over there as much as I used to get no sex from her, because she always got some flim flam going. And I don't like that. It take my mind all the way off. It throw me off. Come on. That's what you doing? We arguing again? I watched that dynamic. I grew up in that dynamic. My mother was extremely domesticated. She always kept the house clean, kept us clean, food on the table, kept herself clean, kept herself trim. She wasn't fat. She wasn't ugly. She wasn't none of that. She ran this all the time. And by her account and my late father's account, my father's account, they both said the sex was actually really good. She never told him no. She never told him no. But he stopped coming to her for it because she would give him the sex part, but it was missing the feminine, the soft part, the other part that he liked, the other part that a husband want out of a wife. He could get sex out of a whore. That's the difference. Both component parts have to be present, because a woman that's real docile and clean up everything and she do what he say and she don't argue or nothing like that, but she don't give him no sex, he still can't feel the love. Yeah, okay, she do the other domesticated stuff, that's cool, I like that part, but when I come to her for physical intimacy, when I come to her to engage in sex with her, with my wife, I want to become one with her. Okay, I want her. Just like the guy said, I'll be working all week or whatever. When I come home, I want her. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. He's supposed to want her. That's his wife. Both people have to make the effort to love one another. You got to make effort for your intimacy to exist and to last and to not die in your marriage. Because when the intimacy just die, and anything can kill it. Day-to-day life can kill it. Day-to-day life can kill it. And this don't even be about not loving your spouse or not wanting them. But people get complacent and comfortable. That's just a human thing. When things become predictable, when things become regular, I can count on that thing. It become less of a, well, I ain't really got to do that. It's reliable and it just be there. Hey. Making sure that you are consistently making effort in your marriage to actually be married saves the marriage. I gotta go to a commercial break. After these messages, we'll be right back. Because the link is pinned to the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. If you want your skin to be looking and feeling its absolute best, then you need the body butter that's on the screen right now. If this is going to be your first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson at checkout. Once again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. I owe you guys a bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button, bam, bam. You gotta go ahead and hit the like button. Let me get to the super chats. Thank you. Frederick's been a member for 22 months. That's almost 2 years. Say healthy new year, everyone. Healthy new year to you as well. Thank you, Sonic's Blue. Say eating pie is always nice. We read that one. Thank you so much. Thank you. Be God eat. I'm messing you up. I'm sorry. Had a dyslexic moment. Be it known, some men are demisexual in part. Spirituality or experience between meaningless sex and genuine love making can trigger this in men. I don't want it without emotions and it being thrown back. Exactly. Thank you, HVAC. So like I said this morning, if you are medically unable, that's understandable. I just finished a powerlifting competition and right now my girlfriend refuses for my safety because my CNS is severely crashed right now. I understand 100%. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much. Because there's obviously understandable things, right, that go on. And I'm specifically not talking about those things because I think most people understand and we got enough sense to know that if somebody is kind of incapacitated for that, why would we even approach our spouses to get that from them? But
how do you know when you're doing a proper push-up? You don't know, and you won't know until you have one of these. Are you tired of doing push-ups and not seeing the results you want? It's probably because you're not getting a full range of motion. Cheating your reps means you're cheating yourself out of gains. But what if there was a way to guarantee a perfect, full-range push-up every single time? Introducing the Proper Push, the revolutionary machine designed to transform your workout and make every rep count. Watch this. As you go down, the Proper Push ensures your chest touches the button. Then you have to come all the way up, hitting the top button, forcing you to complete a full range of motion. This isn't just about going up and down. It's about maximizing muscle activation. With every proper push-up, you're intensely engaging your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core. Consistent, full-range reps are the secret to building real strength and a chiseled physique. But the Proper Push does more than just guide your form. It has a built-in rep counter. That's right, no more losing track or getting distracted. The machine counts for you, so you can focus 100% on your effort and breathing, pushing your limits without the mental gymnastics. This is accountability like you've never experienced before. It holds you to a higher standard, turning every workout into a session that builds elite-level strength. Think about it. While others are doing half reps, you'll be mastering perfect form, becoming truly elite. The Proper Push isn't just for experts either. If you're just starting out, the plank mode is perfect for building foundational core strength. And for the seasoned athletes, the timer mode will challenge you to crank out as many perfect reps as possible against the clock. This isn't just another piece of gym equipment. This is the dawn of a new era in fitness. An era where you are held accountable, where every single rep makes you stronger, and where you become the elite athlete. The superior trainer, the ultimate warrior you were always meant to be. This is the first of its kind. This is the future. Welcome to the era of the Proper Push. Click the link below to get yours and start your transformation today. Thanks for watching and get ready to push properly.
That's always awesome. So what you want to do is click the link at the top of the chat, theproperpush.com/VIP, which is going to bring you to this page. So what we need you to do is to sign up to unlock exclusive VIP offers, because what we're doing is we are going to begin a Kickstarter campaign very soon, but we need you guys' help. So what we need is for you to sign up now. Simply put your email in, click that button that says reserve launch invite, and confirm your email. What you want to do also is look for look through your junk and your spam mail, because you're going to be sent that invite, the invitation to become a VIP member and to lock in your VIP perks. Okay? So what that looks like is 20% off the proper push when the product is ready to launch. And we've only got 100 spots. So you definitely want to get yours, because once they're gone, they're gone. You're going to be getting exclusive proper push merch, instant alerts when the Kickstarter actually goes live, and first access to early bird Kickstarter rewards and limited deals. This is only for the people who sign up, and also unlock that VIP membership. You definitely want to do that. So once again, put your email in, verify your email, and then you want to look for your VIP offer email. It could end up in your junk or spam, so make sure to check those inboxes as well so that you don't miss out. Okay. All right. Let me get to these super chats too. Thank you, Hebrew said godly marriage is refreshing to hear. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Seth, HVAC said, fellas, don't get caught with y'all shirt on this summer. I'm going through a recomp phase. Do your push-ups, lift some weight. Ladies, y'all too. Exactly. It's for the women too. The proper push is for everybody. Okay. Whether you're a beginner, whether you advanced, whether you've been about this life, proper push is there for everybody. Okay. So this is the other thing I wanted to show you guys before I left. I wanted to show you guys weaponizing sex in a marriage the other way. Listen to this foolish man. This again is a situation where both the man and the wife are there. So you're going to get both sides to their story.
Wife cheated on me multiple times emotionally before I decided to cheat back physically. Following that, she decided to cheat back physically to get even.
Okay, emotionally, you mean what?
Conversations, I love you, I miss you.
Ooh.
Why did you have to cheat back? What could you not resolve within yourself?
So in 2020, she cheated with the help of her family. 2025, she cheated again. I gave her 2.5 months to rectify that. She told me he had feelings too.
Oh.
Is she here?
She's number 3.
Okay.
Where is number 3? Now listen, what I need you to do.
Number 3.
Is step to the side a little bit. What is your question?
Would you be okay with your spouse still being close friends with the person he cheated on you with?
You leaving out.
This was his sister.
You still cool with the person you cheated with?
Yes.
That's why y'all can't heal the dang gone marriage.
Oh no, so that's like your sister.
This is not a marriage.
No.
You just told her that.
We're close friends, like sister.
You ain't no close friends with somebody that you cheated with.
Do you love this man?
I did.
Do you respect him?
No.
This is another hard part that nobody wants to admit about women. We could lose love for you, fall in and out of it occasionally, and then you learn how to get those googly feelings for him again, right? The minute that respect is gone, it ain't never coming back. Women don't know how to re-respect you. So the fact that she is comfortable disrespecting you, playing in your face, cheating, doubling back to cheat again, telling you, the person that she made vows to, that I don't want to hurt him, there's absolutely no respect present in this relationship, and it's impossible to regain respect from somebody once they are comfortable disrespecting you.
Stop the madness. Can I ask you a question? Just for the sake of humanity and compassion, why would the two of you come publicly and dishonor each other in this way? Why would you do that? You speaking about her like she's not here, and then you coming up and in front of 2,000 people saying you don't respect a black man that you sleep with every night? What kind of madness? What is that? Why would you do that to each other and then say we're married? Help me.
It's perfect. They are in love. Y'all could keep this going for at least another 4 seasons. If y'all need an agent to sell this, double down on that, because that is special. That's like Bobby Whitney, the Bronx version.
I wanted to show y'all weaponizing sex the other way. They both weaponized sex against each other. They weaponized sex and intimacy. Note that they did it using the part of intimacy that's most important to them. From what they're saying, she cheated emotionally. It might have been physical, but we just gonna go with what was said. She cheated emotionally. That's the most important part for a woman. So she used that part to weaponize, to hurt him with, to damage him with, because that's the most important part of intimacy and sex for women. The mental part, the emotional part. You wrap up a woman's mind and you got her. Her body will follow. She will give you every part of her. If you get a woman's brain and you get her heart and you get her emotions all wrapped up, she do anything. She literally do anything. Okay? He then used the part of sex that's most important to men, the physical part. So he cheated physically with somebody else. Weaponized sex against her to hurt her because she had hurt him. And as Auntie Iyanla said, y'all, that's not a marriage. First of all, you publicly come to disrespect each other in front of people and dishonor one another in front of people. So how is that even at any part acceptable, not acceptable? Then openly admitted, I don't respect him. That other girl was right. Once the respect be gone, you can't deal with that. Me and my husband was having a conversation the other day. And I said, and he had to agree that you can do anything to somebody you love. But you hard pressed to do anything to somebody you respect. Tell me I'm lying. You'll do anything to somebody you say you love. You can say you love them all day. You can say you love somebody all day. The people that say they love you be the first one to hurt you. They the first one to hurt your family, your friends, your close friend, all that. They be the first one to come cut your throat. They the first one to cut your throat. But people, when there is respect, you're hard pressed to just do anything now. Can't just do anything. Can't just do anything. Watch what I'm doing. Got to watch what I'm saying. Got to watch what's going on. I don't want to do that to that person. I respect that person. You ain't even got to love a person. You can respect a person and won't do them dirty. You ain't even got to love them. You ain't even got to love them. You don't love everybody you respect. Let's say you a man and you got a male mentor. You ain't in love with him, but you respect him. You respect him. So you watch your mouth with that man. You don't say any old thing. You try to make sure that you're not speaking in a way that's disrespectful towards him because you respect him. Love in a marriage, love is never just enough. Gotta have respect. Because you'll drag somebody through the mud talking about you love them. And that go for men and women. A woman, a breakdown, snot nose crying, talking about how much she love a man and be arguing with him and don't do nothing he want and don't give him nothing he like and don't do. But I do love him, but she don't respect him. A man do the same thing, drag you through the mud. How you running around here with a whole baseball black eye and he'll be somewhere snot nose crying talking about how much he love you. Don't respect each other though. No respect. No respect. Because when you respect one another and you love one another, that call to your highest effort. That's your highest effort that you can give to that person. And you would never want to give the worst parts of yourself to them. You never want them to see you in the worst possible light. You never want that person to, you care about how that person see you and how you are deemed in their eyes with people that you respect. People get the feeling entitled to love. You can't be entitled to respect. Men know love ain't enough because they tell you real quick, I'd rather have respect than love from my wife. A man tell you real quick. Now that don't mean he don't want her to love him, but he doesn't want the love absent the respect because he knows that her saying that she love him, even if she feel that in her heart, but she don't got no respect for him, that's not gonna allow her to not do him wrong. And women don't say it as much, but we value the respect along with the love too. Because the respect from my husband is the part that plays into the non-sexual intimacy. Because I don't want to bust it open for a man that I know don't respect me, don't got no respect for me. I don't. What I'm busting it open for, you don't even like me. You don't respect me. And because you don't respect me, you might get behind my back, talk crap. You will talk crap about me. You will talk about me crazy. You will talk to me crazy. You don't care nothing about how I feel. My feelings don't matter. This don't matter. That don't matter. I don't be with no man that ain't got no respect for me. Women know when men don't got no respect for them. Hard to be with a man. It's hard for a woman to be with a man that don't respect her. It's not hard for a hoe to get money from a man that she know don't respect her. Draw the difference. It go hand in hand. Make effort to be married to one another. Stop running around not liking each other. Y'all done got to a point where you don't even like each other. Now, mind you, most of the time, the vast majority of the time, we don't like each other from small stuff. The big stuff, the infidelities and all that stuff, that's not the majority of how marriages or why marriages break. That's not the majority of that. Majority of why marriages break is because we start getting annoyed with each other over little stupid stuff. This quirk, that quirk. Everybody is annoyed. Every time she open her mouth, you roll your eyes. Just annoyed at her presence. Every time you say something or want something or anything, she just annoyed. Now all that you can see with each other is each other's shortcomings. All you can see is what's not happening. You get to a point where you don't even notice the good things that are happening. Your focal point be on all the stuff that you quote unquote want or think you want. And then that's not happening or it ain't happening to the satisfaction to the point that you want it to happen to. Now you mad. Getting with each other and then trying to change each other for small things to fit whatever your idea or narrative is for. It's silly. And it all come down to Shaitan. Shaitan go back and forth between the husband and the wife and say stupid stuff about the other one. Point out all of the little stuff and make it big. Make a mountain out of a molehill. See how she did that? Now you ask her a question. Now see how long it take her to answer. Now she might be thinking of the answer. But Shaitan done told you that she being disrespectful because she ain't said nothing yet. Same thing on the other side. Now, he ain't come in from work. Now, how long do it take him to come in from work? Never thought about maybe something happened to the car or maybe, you know what I'm saying, you hung out a little bit. Never positive. You know, in Islam, there's a saying of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and I'm paraphrasing it, give 70 excuses for your brother. Your brother in this case is the Muslims. Men and the women. Give 70 excuses. And what that means is stop jumping to the worst possible conclusion that you could possibly jump to when anything, quote unquote, go wrong. We in the black neighborhood, we call that giving somebody the benefit of the doubt. Give your brother 70 excuses, and if this is going for just the interaction between Muslims in a community, how much more prevalent is that between the husband and the wife? Allah put it a beautiful way. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna start wrapping it up. In the Quran, Allah has instructions for the men and the women. The men are instructed a simple set of instructions. The women have a simple set of instructions. Now, that don't mean that's all the instructions, but the basics. The basics for men is that he feed her, clothe her, and shelter her. And there's a fourth thing. Bet y'all can't guess what that fourth thing is. Feed, clothe, shelter. In kindness. That's actually in there. Food, clothing, shelter, in kindness. This is the instruction to the men. Kindness. Literally instructed to kindness. The instruction for women to be obedient to her husband. Obedience to her husband. Submit herself to her husband. The beauty in that. Because if you're a man and you're being kind to your wife, you provide for her, but you don't do it with an attitude. I'm the one paying all these bills in here. I'm the one doing all this stuff in here. You need to shut up. Being a grouch, just being a butthole because you pay. And the woman is instructed to have submission and obedience. How difficult is it for a man to be mean to a woman that's being submissive and obedient? Allah knows he gave the men the instruction first and then the women, because Allah knows it's difficult for women to be submissive to a man that is mean to her. But if she gives submission, maybe that mean kind of turn into some nice. Maybe he mad because it ain't no submission. Allah resolved the intimacy problem. That resolves the intimacy problem. Because not only in another place does he instruct us to be a cover for one another, to not deny each other sex and intimacy, because that is a key part of maintaining your marriage. It's not small, it's big. Sex is not small, it's big. So not only does Allah talk about that, he talks about the emotional part, the nuance of that. Kindness, obedience, kindness from the men, obedience from the women. This will maintain that intimacy level. Overlook each other's shortcomings, give each other 70 excuses. This all goes to foster a positive, intimate interaction between the husband and the wife. It's hard to do folks dirty when you're getting the benefit of the doubt. It's grace. Folks is kind. We're sitting down, but there's obedience, there's submission. First, we're submitting to Allah. Then I'm submitted to my husband. My husband is being kind to me, and things of that nature. We give each other grace. We give each other forgiveness. It's hard it become difficult for Shaitan to break a marriage like that. Difficult for Shaitan to break such a marriage. This is bonding. It's levels to it. There's the physical bonding, which is the sex. And then there's the mental and emotional bonding. We got to pay attention to each other. That's how the spice die in your marriage. That's how the chemistry dies. At one point, you be trying to think about, we were so hot for one another and we just couldn't keep our hands off one another. And I just would look at him and I would just melt. And then he would look at me and he would just melt. And now we look at each other with contempt and resentment. And then we kind of can't stand each other. Where did it go? Many times, married couples don't even know how to get back. They think it's lost. They don't even know how to get back. This is even why divorce works the way it works in Islam. A man can divorce his wife with one word. All he have to do is say talaq, they're done. He don't got to go nowhere. He ain't got to talk to nobody. All he got to do, one word, I divorce. Divorce. Talaq is divorce. Divorce. I divorce you. Now, if he's only said that once, there's a reconciliation period where you kind of cool off and it's meant to bring the marriage together again. Because many times we need a perspective shift. So the split, maybe he went to a masjid, maybe she went to her father's house, usually it's like, I do love him though. I love him. I do love her. We be arguing and stuff. And when I think about it, it don't even really be that big of a deal. We be arguing over stupid stuff for real, for real. We do be arguing over stupid stuff. Like he be getting on my nerve, but do I really not want my husband? Like, do I want to face life? Like, do I want this? And it's 3 months for that. 3 months for that. 3 months for that. Before 3 months is over, all they got to do is come back. All they got to do is come back together. The main thing that breaks that period and rejoins the marriage, sex. One of the main things that you can do, because you could just say we coming back together. You could just say it. But one of the main things that automatically breaks that, intimate touches. Intimacy will break it. Now y'all married again. Boom. You back married again. But how did the intimacy come about? The perspective shift. I had time to be over here, he's over there, and get my mind right. See each other differently. See each other the way, like, remember why you loved each other. Remember why there was a marriage to begin with. Thank you, David, for your contribution. I appreciate you. Thank you, HVAC again. Said once you let disrespect be known, it's game over. It really is. And thank you again to take Kobe and Shaq. They definitely didn't like each other on the court, but respect each other's abilities and won championships. That's a really good example. It's funny you should bring that up because I've been on my Michael Jordan, watching them old championship games. Ooh, wee! I lived through the Jordan era. Thank you, Magni. So what I saw in that marriage was on the one side you had buggers and on the other side you had doo-doo. Sadly, this is not rare, among our colonized people. Thank you again, HVAX. And fellas, remember, if you have to jump through hoops to get tail, she does not like you. She's punishing you, but not the other guys. And then last thing, men or women, if you aren't having an active lifestyle, your sex life is gonna fail. That's 100% facts. That's absolute facts. Thank you so much. Listen, if I feel bad for basketball fans that was too young to watch MJ in his prime. We knew we were watching history unfold before our eyes in real time. Like, the highlight reels don't do him justice. Literally, the highlight reel don't do him justice. No. He was a highlight reel. And then his opponents were other legendary and Hall of Fame basketball players. His opponents were other legendary and Hall of Fame basketball players. The 90s was tough. The 90s was tough. Magic and the Lakers, Bird and the Celtics. You had Clyde the Glide, you had Charles Barkley, you had Patrick Ewing, you had Isaiah Thomas, you had Reggie Miller, you had Karl Malone, John Stockton, Hakeem Olajuwon, Dominique Wilkins. Like, I can just go on. These wasn't no slouches that he was playing against. I was just watching the 91 Eastern Conference Finals where we finally beat the Detroit Bad Boy Pistons. Because the Pistons used to whoop the Bulls. Ooh, the Pistons used to whoop the Bulls. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. The Pistons used to put a hurting on the Bulls, baby. Jordan would be driving to the cup, get a whole elbow from Bill Laimbeer in the middle, baby. Boom, bam. He would do it again. Bam. Did nobody care? Then Scotty came up, and Scotty used to be scared. Scotty was soft. When Scotty first got in the league, he was talented, but he was soft. Mike had to toughen him up. You gotta drive to the cup. Stop being scared of them. You gonna get hit in the mouth. That's okay. Hit them on that scoreboard, though. You drive to the cup. Ain't nobody drive to the cup. Okay. Rodman gonna hit you. John Sally gonna hit you. Once Pippen got toughened up, I ain't gonna get into it. I'm gonna actually go back and finish watching that series, baby. The way the Chicago swept them. Talking about game 7, baby. It was over in 4, baby. You didn't even get to 5, Bookie butt. You don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We ain't going home this year. We not going home with our tail tucked between our legs this year. Y'all gonna go home this year. Sent them packing in 4 games, baby, in 4. I'm out of here. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, the Cursed Cure, and this is my perspective. Bye-bye, Curbs tonight.